Well, the stream is live, but the control panel thingy in OBS is not working. I have no idea why. It says I'm streaming out of Dallas with that Speedify app, but yeah, whatever. Had a quick trip, got some coffee, got some gas, and it's 170 miles to Dolly's, Tennessean. And I gotta make a phone call already. So I'm gonna mute you. Well, somebody texted me. I haven't made a phone call yet. Let's see who it was. Drive better, pay attention. Who you calling? Ghostbusters. Do I like it rough or you like it rough? Nah, not my style. Whoever's asking if I like it rough, we actually know deep down that's actually what they like. Oh, you get to get blasted by the sun, so I'm not going to worry about fixing the filter because I'm already driving and sucks for you. All right, now I'm going to mute you again because I got to make a phone call. I'm back. That phone call was done. Probably should make another one. Somebody else is sending me a text saying that they made a mistake and want me to fix something for them. I just got on the freeway. I don't want to stop.
Traveler.
Of course, you tell me to do something after I started driving. Can you tell me?
No, it's okay. We can change it.
Okay, you know how to change it?
Yeah.
Because you have to go change it. That one doesn't have any variables, I don't think. So, well, it does. You have to change it on each one.
Yeah, no, I don't think it does either, but I'll look at it.
Yeah, because it was just a jacket. No, there were sizes, weren't there?
Yeah, there were sizes.
Yeah, so you have to actually go into the variables and tell it to update the prices for all the products.
Okay. If I mess it up, you don't call me.
Or can you just do me a favor, look at your keyboard and tell me what a Shift 5 symbol is and a Shift 3?
Do what?
Just look at your keyboard. And are you in front of a laptop? No. What is Shift 5 and Shift 3?
Shift 5 is %. Shift 3 is the
pound sign.
Or hashtag or whatever you call it.
Yeah, hashtag me too. That's so cliche.
I know. I said pound sign first. So
Yeah, shows our age. It's a pound sign.
I know, it's a pound sign.
All right, yeah, I can probably fix it in about an hour.
Yeah, no worries. If you get to it before me, cool.
All right, sounds good. Cool.
It will probably be a few hours before I can change it, but yeah, if you want to just do it in an hour, that'd be amazing.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Where are you headed to right now?
Dolly's Tennessean truck stop.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Send me a picture.
Yeah, I'll send you a picture.
Get your wife a souvenir.
Yep, already planning on it.
Yep. Good.
Cool.
You told me that yesterday. All right, well, drive safe. I'm going to go over here and be crazy.
All right, have fun.
Thanks, Lauren.
Bye. Well, seems like the live is still live. OBS gave me an error. It was disconnected, but it might be okay. And it reconnected. 2 hours, 2 minutes to go, 143 miles. Phone calls are done. Stream still says it's live. I think I might have to put on a podcast because I think I got some interesting ones to me that seem interesting. Got 13 miles to Interstate 65. I did look at the first stream leaving Houston, and I did actually get that tire that I did end up hitting it. There's a nice rubber mark on the front right quarter panel / bumper area. You can see me slamming on the brakes and going into the shoulder because of that other car that looks like the second car that ran it over. The first car looks like he actually tore something off the underside, like the skid plate or something. Not really a skid plate, probably just a cover, you know what I mean? Well, you might not know. Hello. Cool. For the rest of the weekend and all next week. Cool. Cool. No big deal. Now to train him, is that something like I know they didn't really train you very well, but how do you actually train somebody to be on call? Cool. Right on. Right. Right. Well, shut up, little bitch. Yeah. You want to get the big boy money, you need to do some big boy shit. That means suck it up and just do it, because that's what everybody does. Yeah. Yeah. Well, tell him I told him to shut up, little bitch. Exactly. Yeah. Cool. Well, it's not. I'll go. Composite. Cool. Cool. I am a little inside or outside of Birmingham, coming into it and coming up to Interstate 65 in 6 miles and watching the traffic. And I'll actually be there a lot quicker, I guess, because it's different time, but it says that I'll probably be there right around your meeting time. But if you could at least look at your phone and... All right, bye. All right, let's go back to a podcast now, finally.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies. Try it at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Introducing Fidelity Trader Plus, the next generation of advanced trading from Fidelity. Customize your tools and charts and access them seamlessly across desktop, web, and mobile. For faster trades, anywhere you go. Try the all-new Fidelity Trader Plus. Learn more about our most powerful trading platform yet at fidelity.com/Trader Plus. Investing involves risk, including risk of loss. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE, SIPC.
Happy birthday, Matt Cox. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Matt Cox. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, buddy. Make a wish.
It's not going, right?
Yeah, we are.
Are we on?
We're rolling. We're rolling.
I gotta make sure my head.
We're rolling, kid.
All right.
How old are you?
Old, bro. It's bad. So 57.
57.
57.
Is that officially boomer age?
I don't.
I think you're on the borderline of boomer.
No, I'm not.
You're not quite boomer. You might be Gen X.
What is it? Why I'm tilting this, but it's pulling on here. Is it you want it pulling on that?
You know,
Oh,
fucking
you
boomer. He's Gen X, fucker. He's 57. Means he was born in
How you
roughly
I've
1970.
been great. Very happy.
69.
What is this? Is this a sponsor?
Yeah,
Are they good?
they're great.
Cool.
Moment.
Peach. I don't like anything peach. I do like
Lemon.
Yes. No, is that lemon? I like
think so.
strawberry. No, I like lemon. Lemon's
We don't
alright
have no
too.
strawberry.
No?
Strawberry lemon. That might be
Strawberry lemon.
That is strawberry lemonade. No, raspberry lemonade.
That sounds like a good combo.
Not as good as a nice cold Coca-Cola.
No, that's the best. And of course, I was interviewed Ryan Root. Remember Ryan Root?
Yeah.
He's got a whole war against sugar. I had to listen to a whole thing about sugar and how it's killing us while I'm drinking one root beer after another. I had like 2 root beers and a cherry Coke, and I'm like, right, it's bad, it's horrible. I'm drinking the fucking. I'm like, you mean like this? He's like, yeah, it's horrible for you. I was like, yeah, I know. I feel horrible drinking the whole thing.
Well, you better make a wish and blow out your candles before those candles disintegrate.
Here, let me think about this.
Yeah, what are you gonna wish for?
I need my stepdaughter's YouTube channel. She started a true crime YouTube channel where she just she does like 30, 45 minute things where she talks about Jeffrey Dahmer or whoever, and she's putting out 3 a week. I need it monetized. She's got like over 1,000 subscribers. She just needs to get monetized. I really need that to happen because everything else in my life is amazing.
That's nice.
So that's it. That's all I need.
Wish something for someone else. Very nice of you.
I did that, yeah. No, really, it's me. I'd like to get her off the payroll.
That is really. Oh yeah.
It's really mine. It's really for me. I need to get her off the payroll. All right. Oh, damn it! I'm sorry,
Almost
Mary
had it,
Shelley.
Matt. You almost had it.
Sorry, Mary Shelley.
Whoa. What are you gonna pinch it with your fingers?
I was gonna
Psychopath.
I mean, I'm not that gutsy. That's a tough guy thing.
Bottoms up. You got to eat that whole cake now.
I can do that.
You think you could eat that whole thing?
No, I'm not eating the whole thing.
You could definitely.
I mean, I probably could. I'm on Ozempic.
It's a small cake. You're on the Ozempic?
Oh fuck yeah! I've lost
Stop.
15 pounds.
What?
Yeah. No. Right.
When did you get on that? Last time I talked to you, were you on it?
I think I might have been, but it wasn't working. I'm not on Ozempic. I'm on whatever the off-brand is. That there's some other version.
Is it Retta?
No, just knows.
Okay, I know. It's a GLP one. The same. Does
Yeah, same thing, but this one works. Ozempic, I had like acid reflux, and it just wasn't working. This one works.
Are you still on the gas?
The gas. What's the gas?
The test.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay. How's that going?
That's great. Except I haven't been able to work out lately because I've just been going nonstop.
You're just not hungry. Because when we first talked, you first got on it, you were like super hungry.
I was hungry all the time. That's what I'm saying. I got on that and I gained like 20 pounds.
Right. And now with the Ozempic, it's
right.
You're not hungry anymore.
No. So listen, I went from 170 up to 95 pounds because of the test. It just made me hungry all the time. And then I lost I was like, okay, this is getting too much. So I tried to lose weight. I lost like 10 pounds, but I'm still hungry all the time. So then I got on, whatever the name of it is. Anyway, and then I lost an extra 15 pounds probably in the last, I don't know, month and a half.
You hopped on the bandwagon.
I mean,
everybody is on the Ozempic.
I feel horrible. I feel
and
bad.
everybody looks like a melted candle.
Yeah, I'm taking my hat off. I don't have to wear the hat. Right?
You take it off. Show off that hairline. Magnificent hairline. That is not the hairline of a 57-year-old. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh my gosh.
I heard also that the GLP-1 kind of like reduced your overall desire to do things. Like not just eat, but any sort of like general desire, even like sexual desire and things like that.
Yeah, I would say that's part of it.
That's unfortunate.
I know. That's that. And
how do you remedy that?
I don't know. I'm so motivated. Here's the thing. I would motivation. Well, first of all, the test. It's kind of like they're fighting each other.
Yeah.
You just gotta when that feeling hit.
This freeway part is so wide, it's crazy that it's only 60 miles an hour, and some people are trying to stay decently, and some are just flying. And I'm flying, but staying in the 2 and 3 lane. That way I'm not holding anybody up.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You gotta just grab them and throw them over your shoulder. I just grab Jess, throw her over my shoulder, and walk upstairs. Whether she's ready for it or not, you know.
Right.
It's just part of the.
Aren't you worried about like the long-term side effects of that kind of stuff, or you're just in it for a good time, not a long time?
Yeah, I mean, I'm 57. Anything that happens, it's like I've lived my life. I'm good. Things go bad. I expect it to go bad. I didn't think it'd make it this long.
It's beautiful to see a story like yours. A guy that goes from the ultimate top of the world, running around driving around in Ferraris, stealing millions of dollars from banks, living large, traveling the globe on the run, to federal prison for how many years? 12 years? 13 years. Come out of federal prison. You're in here with no fucking money. I'm giving you $1,000 for Christmas so you can afford Christmas.
I was so excited.
And now
he just mailed it.
he just mailed a pack of money.
No, it was like a money order. He mailed me like $1,000 check one time.
And now you're rich again. It's a beautiful thing. It's the American dream.
I'm doing okay. It's fucking crazy.
That's why I didn't buy you a birthday gift, because there's nothing that I could buy you that you couldn't already buy yourself. So I figured a cake would do the job.
Yeah. Jess didn't give me a cake. Did he get a cake from Jess?
Not each Jess.
No, not yet. Maybe tonight. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, it's good times. Good times.
So what's been going on? How's life treating you? How's the podcast?
I mean, the podcast is good. Do you ever feel like, well, we've had this conversation. You kind of, sometimes you hit a plateau. That's how I feel. Like I feel like we'll hit a semi plateau for a month or so, and then bam, it'll start doing great again, and then you hit another little plateau. And so right now I feel like we've hit a plateau over the last month or so, and then, but like a month and a half ago we were
a plateau. When you say, are you talking in terms of like
views? Like everything's
views.
Getting between right around 100,000 views, and you're like, maybe 80,000, somewhere on average around 100,000. You're like, and they're like, okay, well, I mean, the last 6 videos or 8 videos are all roughly 100,000. You're like, okay, that's it, like that, and it's a plateau, and then suddenly, bam, you'll have something that hits like 250,000, and then the next one's like 180,000, and then you're like, well, wow. So everything starts to go up again, and then
do you still think about that with all the podcasts that you do every week?
Yeah, I still watch the numbers.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like once we started doing 2 episodes a week, I just didn't have time or energy to pay attention to that as much.
I kind of pay attention.
I kind of like, if we have one that doesn't do a ton of views, I'm like, okay, great, whatever. We got another one coming out in 2 days. Like, let's focus on that.
I'm not saying that it's keeping me up at night, but I'm mindful of it. For instance, we were at one point we were getting, just on average, it was just an average month was 30,000 new subscribers a month. It was like like right now, I think we're at 24,000 subscribers a month. And it's like, you know, when really, let's face it, 3 years ago, if I'd gotten 24,000 subscribers in a month, I would be on top of the world. And now it's you know who keeps me level-headed is Colby. I'll complain about something, and Colby will walk over, he'll play with his phone for a minute, he'll walk over and he'll go, that's what the numbers were a year ago. And I'm like, okay, never mind. Good job, Colby. You know, like, you know, so I have to constantly tell myself, stop looking at month by month.
Yes.
Annually.
Yeah, 100%. It's easy to get stuck in that rat race mentality, you know, where you're just trying to like constantly compete with yourself and beat the following week, the following month, the following year. When it's just like, well, hey, I'm also zoom out, look at the big picture. Life's great.
I'm also constantly trying to do more and more, which is stupid because I'm always like, God, I'm so busy. I need to, you know, when things calm down, I'll be able to work out more and I'll do this and this. And Jess is like, it's never gonna calm, you know, it's never going to settle down. She's like, you keep throwing on more and more stuff to do. And I do. And I really need to stop. You know what I'm saying? You know, you don't ever feel like that? Like you're just constantly taking on more and more.
Sometimes,
I got 10 projects right now.
Yeah.
I'd be lucky if 2 of them ever make
10 projects? No, see, I'm not that ambitious. I do this podcast, and the rest of I don't do any other work. Like this is my only work right here. I'm not interested in you know making any money on crypto or starting any side projects or you know,
I'm not doing
making
that.
documentaries or selling. You know, maybe we'll do some merch. I think we're working on some merch and you know do cool stuff for our Patreon community and stuff like that. But like other than you know side projects, side channels, and all that kind of crap.
Yeah.
I just stick all my energy into this, and then the rest of it's like my kids, my wife.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not like you.
no, I'm trying to. I've got the second channel going. We're about to possibly start 2 more channels. We're renting another unit so we can build out 3 more podcast sets.
What?
Yeah. And this is all Colby, really, because the truth is that 57 years old, what happens in 5 years? Even though when I say this, Jess and Colby like roll their eyes, I think in 5 years from now or 6 years from now, like nobody wants to watch a 64-year-old man. You know, it's very possible that nobody's
Isn't Joe Rogan in his 60s?
Yeah. Is he? Well, I mean, listen, he's also in way better shape than me. But I'm just saying, in general,
You're not far away.
Well,
You could get to his level.
I'm saying, in general, what if, you know, what if something happens? What if I have a stroke? What if it'd be great to have multiple channels with other hosts that can kind of take over that whole thing, and I could retire. Not that I want to retire, because I feel like the moment you retire, you're just headed straight for the grave. Like the longer you can work, the better off you are.
Yeah.
And I want to, but I also think, man, you don't know what's going to happen. So those are projects I want to do, and that we're working on. And then, like, I got a phone call from a sheriff who's running a program, like a re-entry program for a bunch of inmates. Some state inmates, some local inmates, right? But all these guys have been locked up for years. One guy's been like 20 years, another guy, 5 years, this guy's 11 years. There's like 20 of them. And this was in Utah. And so I flew out to Utah. I talked to him for 2 hours, got on a plane and flew back. You know, just because he called and I thought that'd be cool. And he was like, I'll take you to prison. And he's like, it was so funny too, because he felt like I was doing him this huge favor. And I just thought it was the coolest fucking thing ever. I got to go in and talk to these guys. And it was just so cool. And and got to tell them like, look, you can get out. Like, it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna make it sound like, oh, you get out and you'll do great. And it's gonna be easy. No, it sucks. I explained the whole thing, and look, it sucks. Like, you're gonna have to expect people are gonna give you a hard time. You're gonna have to apply for a bunch of jobs. You'll probably have to work at McDonald's. I gave my whole spiel too about when I got out. I actually wanted, you've heard this, I wanted to work at McDonald's. I thought that would be cool, even if it was just for a few weeks or a few months. I thought that's, like, to me, such an entry position. You know what I'm saying?
It's like a cleansing.
Right, like, this is where you're, like, in that way, in 2 years from now, if you're kicking ass, somebody's complaining, I can say, Bro was living in a rooming house working at McDonald's 2 years ago.
Great argument to throw at somebody.
Right.
Yes. I worked at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight out of prison.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
want to hear how bad things are for you.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't. I ended up working at a gym. But even at the gym, I'm still cleaning toilets. I'm still mopping floors. I'm still wiping down equipment. You know.
Yeah.
But it was.
You played hooky that day to do my podcast, right?
Yes, but it didn't. It wasn't as good. It
Bless
wasn't.
you.
Stephen, it wasn't as good as McDonald's. McDonald's would have been better. Burger King or McDonald's, that would have been the best.
You slipping on the floor of grease instead of sweat?
Yeah, but you know, people romanticize working at a gym. They think it's cool. Like if you're young, you're like, oh, that's kind of cool, bro. You can work out at a gym. You get to work out. And no, I'm cleaning toilets. I'm cleaning showers and anyway, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but anyway, I talked to these guys about that. That was super cool. And so yeah.
Were these guys were currently incarcerated? So you went inside the prison?
I mean, like one guy did 20-something years. He murdered somebody.
Oh my God.
These were all serious guys. Oh, wait.
What do you got?
I got pictures.
Oh, you got pictures of them?
Yeah, look, you're going to be like, you're going to go, oh, geez. Look at how, these are some hard-looking motherfuckers, bro.
Mm-hmm. What state was it again?
It was Utah. That's just the guys that were running it here. Here's all the. Yeah, this is it. Yeah.
This happened recently?
Yeah, it's probably. This is a few weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
A few weeks
Look
ago.
at you. Look at all these guys.
Yeah.
So do these guys know you from YouTube?
Yeah, I'd say half the guys there were like, when I started talking, one of the guys was like, "Hey, I've seen you." Yeah, I've seen you. You interview guys. Yeah. And one guy goes, "Were you in the middle of it?" He said, he goes like this, and I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" He goes, "Were you on American Greed?" And I went, "Yeah." He said, "I remember that."
Holy cow, look at this. Send this to Steven so you can put it up. You got Steven's number?
Yeah.
So text that to Steve. That's wild, bro. So these guys have YouTube in prison?
I don't know if they saw it in prison, but they knew who I was. I asked him.
Which guy was the guy? Was the guy with the neck tattoos the one who murdered somebody?
Yeah, they both had neck tattoos. They both.
Oh, multiple guys were in there for murder?
I don't know. I didn't go around, but I mean, they all like listen. They'd all been there. With one guy 4 years, one guy 20 years, one guy 11 years, 12 years. These are state inmates. I mean, this is they had like, and he told me, he said that they've all got serious.
Oh, this wasn't a federal prison.
No, this is state. He's like, these are serious. And I thought, well, I'm going to a detention center, basically a jail. It's a jail. And I was like, what's a jail? And he said, yeah, but some of these guys have been here 3-4 years. He said, half of them we contract the state, because if the state facilities get full, then they'll pay the local jails to house these guys. He said, so half these guys are state inmates who've been here for 7 years, 8 years, 11, and they still have a couple of years to go. So
That's amazing, Matt Cox.
it was fun.
Doing good for the community. I love it.
See, you couldn't spin on it. I think it was just, I just had fun.
And you got, is that your new Trump watch?
That it is my new Trump watch.
Tell me about your new Trump watch.
He got
Where'd you
me,
get that
bro.
thing?
They got me. I was watching. I
Did you order this on off of the television? No. Was this on the Mark Levin show? You got this? Did he have like a sale or something? What are you doing?
I'm still
Took you
trying
that long to send a text?
It did, because I kept typing in Steve.
Oh my God, he really is 57.
Right. So what happened was I was on Instagram one morning,
Yeah.
and I see this watch, and I thought, oh, I like that, and it was $499, and I went, I'm spending $500 on a watch. Kept going. Oh, and then I saw it was a Trump watch. I was like, that's funny, because he does a little thing. I was like, oh, okay. So I'm in being quiet in bed, my wife's sleeping. And I keep going, and then later on that day, I see it again. And I'm like, I'm not spending $500 on fucking.
They retargeted your ass.
And then they hit me up with a sale, $249, and I went, $249? And I said,
$250, baby.
I'm buying. I gotta have it for $259. So I buy it, and as I'm hitting the button to buy it, I thought to myself, this fucking guy probably had this thing made for $1250, and then tariffed me for another from China, and then hit me for another $6 or $8 for the tariff. He's probably got less than $20 into this watch, and I'm just and now he just got me for $2 something.
Look at these guys.
Look at the one guy on
Look at
the
that
right.
Mexican dude on the right. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy screams Sicario, right?
Oh yeah, that guy has killed some people. That guy has trafficked some human beings across the southern border for sure. That dude second to the left though, he looks interesting. I wonder what that guy did. That Indian-looking dude, the bald guy.
Second. Oh yeah. I
The
feel
short
like,
guy.
yeah, I feel like he screams fraud to me.
Yeah, white collar crime.
Yeah. One of the guys, I don't know if it's guy on the left or the right for me. One of them had apparently his stepdaughter or daughter had been supposedly attacked or, let's say assaulted.
Okay.
And he hunted the guy down and supposedly beat him to death or killed him or something, and then he ended up getting like 25 years or something.
Wow.
30 years. And he's done like 20 or something. I forget exactly what this story was. Just like, okay.
For getting revenge for someone who fucking beat up his daughter.
Well, I think it was more than that, but yeah, I think it was more than beat up. So that was kind of the story, but here's the thing. Who knows what the story, the story you tell the other inmates and what really happened.
Exactly.
Could have been a drug debt for all you really know, but I don't know.
Yeah, it could have just been some fucking story that he cooked up with this lawyer, right?
I have to look it up. Another guy, this is one of the guys I looked up. What had he done? He basically been in and out of prison over and over again, and he killed like a police dog. Like the cops were chasing him, and they stuck the dog, or they let the dog go on him, and I think he shot the dog and killed the dog, and they didn't find that cute at all.
Oh, they gave him time for killing the dog?
Absolutely.
Really?
Police dog?
A police dog has rights?
They treat it just like a human.
Yeah, a lot.
Really?
They'll try and do that. A lot of times they'll charge you like a police officer, but the courts have ended up saying, well, you can't do that, but you'll still get a chunk of time.
Whoa.
For a police dog, and he obviously got a chunk of time.
I've never understood that because a dog, like a regular police officer, doesn't go around biting people. So
Right.
it should be
Right.
fair.
A police dog's attacking you and you pull out your fucking knife, stab it a couple times.
I still don't like the idea of killing a dog. Like, yeah.
You can at least, I agree. I don't like the idea of killing a dog either. But if you're being assaulted by a human being cop, at least you can submit and they'll, in theory, stop trying to kill you.
The dog doesn't necessarily got to do
The dog's not going to do that, right? You can't say, okay, I give up.
Yeah, he's always going to bite you.
He's going to bite the shit out of you. Summer is officially here, which means everyone thinks they're a grill master now. Burgers and steaks are easy, but the second you try to mess around with shrimp, veggies, and fish, everything starts to stick and fall apart. It's $250 for that thing.
Got me.
Does it say Trump on it?
It does. It's got his little signature on it, and it really upsets my guests. Because my guests will be like, is that an oyster fish?
I thought it was a Rolex.
Right, everybody says that, and then I'll go, no, it's a Trump one. And they'll look at it.
Is raking in so much.
It's so irritating.
Cash. Trump is raking in so much cash this administration. You see that thing? They just found that he made $1.6 billion on his crypto shit since he's been in office. Fucking nuts, dude. Yeah. Off a meme coin. Off his meme coin. And I think it was like, the New York Times article said, there was like 50-something people who made $10 million plus off of it. But almost 1 million people who lost money, I'm sure, on it. And he made $1.6 billion. And it was explaining how both of his kids, Trump and Trump Jr., Trump made more than $1 billion in crypto the first year back. That's a great year.
It's funny because
and he made his total, I believe the year before this, he made, or his last year in office, he made like 600 million or something like this. And this is 1.6 billion off this crypto thing. And apparently what he did was right before he launched it, he made a deal with the UAE where he gave them an opportunity to buy in for like 49% of it for like a ton of fucking money right before. So, I mean, he's just milking this cow for all it's worth. And his two kids, Trump and Trump, Don Jr. and Eric Trump, find out what the story was with them. There was a big thing where they were doing something in Southeast Asia, some sort of mining. They were involved in some crazy mining operations that they bought into in Southeast Asia, where they're just raking. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that makes the Hunter Biden Burisma shit in the Ukraine look like fucking child's play. It's fucking crazy how much money these guys are raking in right now. watches, mining, fucking meme coins, you name it.
Yeah, it'll all come out. You know,
It'll all come out.
it'll all come out at some point. At some point, I think most of the stuff that you do, kind of people.
Trump
figure
cut
out.
$1 billion mining deal. His sons stand to profit. Okay, the agreement is between the U.S. and Kazakhstan has given a group of American investors with ties to the president and Commerce Secretary, oh yeah, Howard Lutnick is in on this too, access to one of the world's largest untapped reserves of tungsten. When the Commerce fucking Howard Lutnick, the fact that this guy still has a fucking job is just a disgrace after all the Epstein shit that came out with him. Like, this guy is like fucking scum of the earth, and he's still the Commerce Secretary. Howard Lutnick met with Kazakhstan's president St. Regis Hotel last September in New York. President Trump jumped in by phone as the men sealed a deal on a top priority for Washington. During the call, Trump and his team won an agreement from the Kazakh leader to give little-known American company access to one of the world's largest untapped reserves of tungsten. That a metal that the U.S. desperately needs for the production of missile warheads, fighter jets, computer chips, and other critical goods. Ahead of the deal, the Trump administration approved preliminary applications for as much as $1.6 billion in federal financing for the American company. Yeah, they're backing up the truck straight to the front doors of the bank. Saying, open the fucking vault.
Sounds like a good deal for America.
You don't just go to the cash register.
We need that stuff.
He's going for the fucking vault.
We need that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds like we need that stuff.
We do need it. Of course we need it.
You know?
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I interviewed a guy the other day, and the whole time he was going on and on about MLMs.
Multi-level marketing, yeah.
Right. And he was kind of bashing Patrick Bet David. Of course.
Value, bet.
Yeah, Patrick Bet David.
Yeah, Patrick
He's
Bet.
bashing him. He's bashing all these companies. And, you know, it was just like, I get it. It seems kind of like it can be sleazy, kind of, but it's legal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, because he kept trying to refer to it as, well, it's a pyramid scheme. It's a pyramid. I'm like, yeah, but it's not a pyramid scheme. Because of this,
Yeah.
a pyramid scheme is illegal, and what they're doing is not illegal. And so, you know, it's like,
It's basically the same thing, minor tweak.
yeah, they tweak it. They
tweak
it
to make it legal.
Without a doubt, they're tweaking it.
Yeah.
They're working the system. The system says
Same
if you
concept.
if you do it this way, it's not
Exactly.
illegal. Right.
Exactly.
So I'll do it that way.
Right.
And then people get upset because they get sucked in, and then they lose money. And it does bother me when you run something, one of these things. I'm not gonna say it's a scam, but when you run an MLM, and then people buy in, and then they don't do well, and then when they blame it on them, well, it's because you're not doing it right, because you suck, because you're a horrible salesperson. You know, I don't like that. And
wrapping themselves in victimhood.
right. It's. But I kept going back to, but it's legal. Like he was really pushing. Well, it's illegal. It's a scam, and I'm like, but it's not a scam.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so I get it. I understand you're unhappy about it. I get it. It's a little sleazy, and it can be manipulated and everything, but it's legal.
Yes.
So it's you know, I have a hard time a lot of times with these people. Oh, they're doing this, they're doing that. I know, but it's legal. Like I hear you, and you may not think it's unethical, or it may damage your values, but it's legal. Like, don't buy in. Oh, they're ripping people off. I understand.
I mean, there's so many things that are legal that should be illegal, and
Yeah.
there's so many things that are illegal that should be fucking legal.
Right.
You know, it's a weird thing. The way the laws change in this country. I mean, this fucking country's fake. All right, let's face it. Everything that's come out, everything that we've been exposed to in the last year and a half, this fucking place is fake. The shit that
fake. I mean, it's a country.
It's a banana republic.
It's the country. It's running.
It's
There's no perfect country.
It's like in 2016, 2017, 2018, we kind of saw the cracks, right? We could see the cracks. You know, podcasts were becoming very popularized back then. When Trump first came out, he was starting to expose some stuff. Lots of stuff was coming out. All kinds of scandals. We were definitely seeing there's fissures here. Now we just have gaping sinkholes. gaping fucking sinkholes in everything. And we see, you know, things like all this Epstein stuff, the whole Iran war debacle, you know, every single politician in Congress doing these fucking shows and, you know, for the cameras and for television, and Howard Lutnick, and, you know, crypto meme scams and watches and
all this stuff.
It's
been
all
going on for
fucking fake.
I think it's been going on forever. You know.
Oh, I'm sure it's been going on forever, but now it's just completely out in the open for everyone, and it's more visible than ever. You know, unless you're just completely not paying attention at all whatsoever. If you have no access to the internet, you have an exception to be ignorant to this stuff. But otherwise,
I'm doing great.
Exactly. With your Trump watch,
I'm not concerned at all. I think things are doing great.
You think everything's great in the world?
You know, well, I don't think everything's
in
great.
your world.
No, I don't think anything's ever been great in the world.
Yeah.
It's always been, you know, we've never had a great time. I don't think there ever will be. The moment you know, any system, you could design the perfect system and then you say, hey, we're going to have humans run it. No, it's got to be there's a problem. You know, it's like people constantly on the show, my podcast, so they constantly complain about, you know, oh, the justice system it's a horrible system. Well, it's not a bad system at all. The problem is the people running the system are horrible. Like, you know what I'm saying, that there's all these, they're making bad mistakes. Anytime you throw humans into a system, there's going to be people are going to manipulate it, they're going to lie, it's always going to be problems. There's no system. There's no country out there you can pick and say, hey, this country is run amazingly, we should copy this. That doesn't exist.
It doesn't.
So, you know.
Yep. It's all about personal power and greed. You know, all the people that want to be in power, that want to be in Congress, that want to be president, for that matter, those people are not in it for the right reasons. Those people are in it for themselves.
No,
they're in it for
we definitely should have term limits.
They're in it for the longevity of it.
I think if you have term limits and and all the rules that Congress apply to Congress, and you have term limits, I think you get a much better result. But it's not going to happen. They're not going to pass.
And they shouldn't be able to take money from special interest groups.
Oh, no, they should not at all. Not at all. No, it should be vastly, the amount of money you can take should be vastly limited.
The whole system needs to be rebuilt. I understand it needs to be.
It's not going to happen.
You can't have a president. You can't have a president running for power to run the country, being funded in the tunes of hundreds of millions of dollars by a foreign fucking country. I mean, that's just complete. You've completely lost the plot when that's what's going on. You're not a country. I'm sorry, but you're not a fucking country when that's what's happening. But I don't know how to fix it. A few months ago, I realized I was actually going through an entire can of nicotine pouches in 1 week. My sleep started to get worse, my recovery started to happen slower, and I just couldn't figure out why. Then I picked up some Ultra pouches, and I can tell you the difference has been incredible. Ultra gives me the same pouch experience I actually like.
He was going through a can of Nick pouches in 1 week. That's a lightweight. I don't use pouches, but that's a day. Yeah, when I quit nicotine, that was a horrible 4 months. I think I got pretty depressed over that shit. Never again. I'll use nicotine, I think, till the day I die. But supposedly that GLP-1 shit has a way of removing those addictive tendencies. But whatever.
The burn, the little kick, the flavor, but without the nicotine or the caffeine. No jitters, no crash, and no feeling wired at midnight. And my favorite part is they're packed with natural nootropics to help with my focus and my mental clarity. And what really surprised me was how much better my body started to feel. Better workouts, better recovery, and I started feeling like myself again. And I've really been digging that blue raz flavor this month. Nicotine messes with blood flow and stress hormones. Ultra doesn't. It's a way smoother flow state, especially if pre-workouts tend to overstimulate you. So I get to keep the habit without the vice holding me back. Ultra is the ultimate guilt-free nicotine. Fine, you're 57. Don't even need to worry about it.
I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. Any good guests recently?
You know, I had a guest on. This is kind of interesting. So people are, you know this. How many emails and Instagram messages do you get a day that you got to have so and so on? You got to have so and so on. It's like, well, stop throwing them out there, and I'm always yelling at people to contact the person. Do you have his contact information? Do you have any way for me to get in touch with him? Because I don't have one. So there's a guy named Jeremy Meeks. He was I don't know, hot felon of the year or something like that. He's that guy.
Oh, I remember that guy.
Yeah, like 10 years ago, 10 or 12 years ago, this happened. His mugshot went viral. He ended up getting a modeling contract before he ever walked out of. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So he never does interviews.
Didn't you say he like knocked up some royal fucking family's
he's
daughter?
got a baby with a billionaire's daughter.
Wow.
But they didn't get married.
It was a sheik, right?
I have no idea. I don't even know if I've seen her. I don't think I ever even looked her up. But people are telling me so I left several messages for him on Instagram. He's got an Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And I left several messages, no response. And then I was doing a live with a guy, a retired FBI agent that comes and does a show probably once a month. His name's Tom Simon. So Tom's there and we're doing a live. And while we're doing the live, guys are saying, hey, you need to have this guest. And somebody said Jeremy Meeks. And I said, listen, this is the problem with you guys. I said, you guys are constantly telling me who I need to have, but you're not giving me the information. Like I've reached out to these people. I've reached out to Jeremy Meeks. If you know how to get in touch with him, let me know. I even sent his agent an email. I mean, I've done everything I can. I'm like, I can't get the guy. And so I said that. I said, I'd love to interview him. Plus, he doesn't do interviews. I mean, there's one interview, an hour-long interview with some woman that I later found out that was a friend of his, who his wife started a podcast and asked him if he'd be interviewed. And he said, I don't do interviews, but because this guy, he said he's done so much for me, he said I couldn't say no. So I did the interview. That was 4 or 5 years ago. And so I said that. I said, yeah, I don't know how to get in touch with the guy. If anybody does, I mean, let me know. Jeremy Meeks' ex-wife is watching the podcast. She immediately calls him and says, I watch this guy's podcast. I watch all of his videos. He's great. He wants to interview you. You have to get in touch with him. He's been leaving messages for you on Instagram. He went and checked. He said, man, I never check it. He said, I never checked the Instagram. So he checked. He sent me an email back or message back and said, man, I understand you want to interview me. So 2 weeks later, he's on a plane. We fly him in. And that thing got 500,000, probably close to 500,000 views, maybe. I didn't think interviewing him, here's the problem. Because he's such a good looking guy, I thought, no homo.
You were distracted. That's what you said about Andy Booster.
Yeah, I was just there. I lost myself in his eyes. No. Because he's a good looking guy, I kept thinking it was going to be a funny interview where I was going to be able to joke about pretty privilege and all these things, right? Fucking dark, bro. Just a dark, horrible childhood. Gangs, stabbings, shootings, in and out of prison, just straight, just one violence and robberies and just not depressing, but I don't like the gang member stuff bothers me. I just always feel like you're growing up in those communities, it's so depressing. Yeah. Like, how do you get out? You have no money. You're trapped in that environment. Everybody around you wants you to be a part of the environment. It's very difficult to get out as a young kid. And of course, he didn't. He got sucked into it. And he's in and out of it. So, but anyway, the viral mugshot, when he gets into that, it got a lot better. But it's still, he's in and out of it. Even when he got money, even if he started getting a bunch of money, he got jobs, he meets this chick, he's making bank, he's doing all these huge shows, he's still in and out of drug. His problem is not the violence and the gang life. Now he's got money and he has access to drugs, so now he's in and out of drug rehabs. It's just a fucking tragedy. Like, he seems perfectly fine now. In the last probably 3 or 4 years, maybe 5 years, his life seems like a dream.
35 miles to the Beaver station, but I'm going to the Booby station in 77 miles.
it was up until then. It was a horrible. But everyone loves the they loved that video. It did great. I had another one with I interviewed a guy. The story's not amazing, but it was Grady Judd. He'd been arrested by Grady Judd.
Oh, I thought you had Grady Judd.
No. This guy got arrested by Grady Judd. Grady did a press conference on him. He comes on the show, explains that they arrested him. He didn't do anything wrong. He goes on and on and on. And even when he's talking to me, before he came, I asked him, "You told your lawyer you're coming, right?" He's like, "Yeah, my lawyer. I told him. He told me what I could say, what I couldn't say. No problem." I said, "Okay, cool." He comes on. He talks. 4 or 5 days after it airs, Grady Judd rearrests him. Apparently he said something on the podcast that got him a second charge. He got rearrested, thrown back in jail.
Oh, Jesus. That's fucking crazy.
So,
the people you talk to, Matt Cox.
It's great.
A pulse and a plane ticket you can get on Matt Cox's podcast.
The bar is low. Listen, these are, we've had some great.
Hey, whatever happened with the Emperor? You talked to him at all lately?
No, so there
For people who don't know, for all the new folks,
Frank Amadeo.
Explain to them who the Emperor is.
All right, without getting too much into it, the Frank Amadeo is a guy that was running several businesses in Orlando, buying up businesses, and he would buy up businesses and businesses that were behind on everything, like they're borderline going into bankruptcy. One of the things a lot of businesses were behind on was their payroll taxes. So he would go in and buy a company that, let's say it's $5 million behind on payroll taxes. And he would go in and then he would threaten to either place the company in bankruptcy or threaten to place the company in bankruptcy. And he would renegotiate with the IRS for the back taxes. So we owe you $5 million, we're gonna give you $2 million and we're gonna make payments. So that goes on, and he would also then take those companies and have them use his payroll company. And then he would do the same thing with the payroll company. He just wouldn't send in the taxes, and he'd negotiate with them about the taxes. And what he did this to the tune of in between an 180 to $200 million. So this goes on for years. And this is many companies, 40,000 employees, the whole thing. He then uses that money to back a guy, a candidate in the Congo, because his goal was to take over the Congo. He was in the middle of negotiating to buy roughly a squadron of retired F-15s. I think it was F-15, F-14 and F-15s, I think, might have been 16s, where he was going to take those planes, buy them, and then bring them to the Greek Isles or Cyprus? No, to Cyprus.
Oh, wow.
And then have them, because they declaw them, they take out all the guts and all the stuff that makes them lethal, and they was going to have Russians come in and put all the shit back. So he's got to flip. Listen, basically he's trying to take over Africa. Yeah. He's going to take over Africa. There's a whole thing on it, on him. There's a documentary called 9 Days in the Congo, and there's a whole thing. Anyway, while this whole thing is happening...
He's trying to take over Africa or the Congo?
Well, he's going to start with the Congo. Once you get the Congo has the largest concentration of like minerals. Yeah. And precious metals, everything. The problem is that they have a hard time getting to them because there's such corruption. Right. That, so he was going to go in, take over the country, get the minerals, build an army, a huge military, take over the whole country, and then he's got a whole country full of Africans that are militarized, and then he can start taking over the country, take over the entire world. So here's the thing. Frank Amadeo is a rapid cycling bipolar with features of schizophrenia. So and here's why he's doing all this. Since he's been in his teens, he has believed that God is talking to him, telling him this is the way he puts it, preordained to be emperor of the world. So God has arranged it so that he can take over the world. Now, he's doing all of these things, and his ultimate plan is to take over the world. And obviously, I met this guy in federal prison. With that said, Frank was also doing legal work while he was incarcerated, and he ended up getting 12 years knocked off my sentence. 2 2255s. He got 7 years taken off, and then 5 years taken off. Wow. I was watching him do people's paperwork and just walking guys right out the door. Like, he starts your paperwork in a year and a half later or a year later, because it takes a long time. He's walking you right to what they call R&D. And you're going to halfway house. So he's knocking off 10 years off this guy's sentence, 5 years off this guy's sentence, 7 years off this guy's sentence, and these guys are going straight to halfway house, or they're just being driven to the bus station and driven home. I mean, it's just this is happening. That's the only reason I even let him do my paperwork. I thought he was crazy. He was there for a couple of years before I even talked to him, because I thought, this guy's insane. This guy, I'm reading articles about this guy fucking trying to take over the Congo. Like, this guy's he's a maniac. And everybody would tell you, oh, he's fucking insane, bro. But his legal work is amazing. He was a lawyer on the street. He's disbarred, of course, at this time. So anyway, he knocks off 12 years off my sentence. I get out of prison. He gets out of prison. I wrote a book about him called It's Insanity. Well, here's what's going on now. He's been out. There's a guy, a director, who produced and directed the Netflix documentary. It's called Pepsi, Where's My Jet? Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, you told me about this.
Okay. So that guy contacts me one day and says, listen, I love this story. I read the book. I love the story. I'd love to talk to you about it. And I go, okay, I'm flying into Tampa. He flies into Tampa. He buys me breakfast. We sit down, we talk. And as we're talking, he thinks Frank's still in jail, because on the federal inmate finder, it says he's still in jail, but really he's on an ankle monitor in Orlando. So I'm like, no. I'm like, well, you could interview Frank for one thing. So we're talking about it. And I said, look, he said, I'd love to talk to Frank. And I went, well, I can put you in contact with him. And he went, do you know where he's located? It says he's located at whatever, someplace, but I don't know where that is. I went, no. I said, he's not incarcerated. He's on an ankle monitor. He's in Orlando. He was just like, what? I said, absolutely. So I put you in contact with him. So I put him in contact with Frank, and he's been kind of interviewing him for a while. Now, I explained to him when he went in. He was like, yeah, oh, it's gonna be great. We're gonna do a documentary on him, this and this. And I went, I don't think so, bro. He goes, what do you mean? I said, I think it's gonna be difficult. What do you mean? I said, Frank has a real problem with control. He has to be in control of things. And I said, this guy's gonna be a problem. Like, you think you're gonna knock out a documentary with him, but it's gonna be a problem. And he was, oh, well, I can try. I said, you can try, but Frank will spin you for 6 months to a year before you even realize he's spinning you. I said, you won't even know it. And he's like, and so sure enough, it started right away. I can talk to you, but I have to wait till my 2255 is done, and it should be done next week. Well, you don't know when it's going to be done, Frank. 2255, these guys could not rule on it for a year and a half. What do you mean next week? But this guy doesn't know that. So he keeps spinning him. And then once that's done, he's filing this and this motion and this one. We're talking about 6 months later. So then he eventually starts flying in and semi-interviewing him, but not really getting him on. He's kind of getting him on tape. It's been going on for, I'd say, probably, a year and a half. About a year and a half. This has been going on forever. So I would love it if that would become a documentary.
That would be a fascinating documentary.
It would be. He's another guy that everybody asks me all the time. You got to get the Emperor on your program. And I always say the same thing. Let me explain something. Danny Jones has been trying to get the Emperor on his program, and he had this is back when I had 200,000-300,000 subscribers. I'm like, and you had 900,000. You were approaching 1 million. I'm like, he's got almost 1 million subs, and he can't get him on. He's spinning him. And I would tell Danny, he's spinning him. No. I'm going to call him next week. And then he said he'll do it next month.
I never talked to him. I talked to one of his lawyers.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, the girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you were always like, it felt like it was about to happen.
Yeah.
And I was always like, brother, he's spinning you. That's never going to happen.
Yeah.
No,
he wasn't really spinning me. His lawyer was very upfront with me. It's like, this is what he does. Like,
oh, okay.
She was like, look, he's spinning me, Danny.
Oh yeah.
And I'm trying to do this, but I think I can get him locked down. And then, after like 2 or 3 phone calls with her, like following up, it was just like, okay. Like,
well, you're lucky you have me also telling you the same thing. You got her saying it, and I'm saying, bro, this is what he does. Like, listen, I never went through more anxiety in my life than when Frank Amadeo was doing my legal work. It was gut-wrenching.
Why?
Because it's always, we'll talk on you understand there are deadlines. Like, Frank, you have to write this motion. No, I understand. I'm waiting to get such and such. I'll talk to you on Tuesday.
Is he actually, so he was an official lawyer before
He was a lawyer, absolutely.
So if you technically wanted to hire him as a lawyer now, could you?
No, because he's disbarred. He was disbarred. He's not allowed to take a fee to do legal work.
So that's illegal for you to pay him to do legal work?
Yes. He's disbarred. He's not legally allowed to do
But he
that.
was allowed to legally do it in prison?
Of course, other inmates. Inmates are allowed to help other inmates with legal work. Right. And he's not charging. I never paid him anything. There was actually one time when he gave me a motion and I was like, shit, like when does this have to be mailed by? He's like, you need to mail it tonight. And I was like, okay, well, I don't have stamps. I'm going to have to find stamps. And he goes, hold on a second. Jimmy, Jimmy, give me a book of stamps. There's your book of stamps.
Wow.
And I was just like, oh, listen, you know, he had the place wired. He had his own office in the unit. He had his own office. They cleared out the what they call every unit has like a library. They cleared out the library and made it his office. So it wasn't huge. It's like maybe 10 feet by 12 or 15 feet, right? But that's like literally that's where he was every day. He had a couple typists in there. They're crammed in there. He's got tons of legal books. It was insane. It is insanity.
Didn't he meet with George Bush at one point?
Yeah, he has photographs of him with George Bush. So he got photographs of him with the mayor of Orlando.
See if you can find the photos of Frank Amadeo with George Bush.
There's an article of him outbidding Trump. Remember they were in Tampa, they were doing a Trump, there was a Trump, I don't know, it was a project with Trump. This was 20 years ago, but there was a project with Trump and with Trump's name on it, right? So you're building a high rise and it's got Trump's name on it.
Yeah. You're licensing it from him.
Right. Well, the developer was, I don't know if he's going bankrupt or what, he couldn't do it. So Trump came in because they'd been pitching Trump and Trump was going to take over the project. And Amadeo's company came in and outbid Trump. Now they never built it, but there's actually an article where Trump is talking about Amadeo's company. Yeah. This is an article. Yeah, because I had to find the article. I had to look it up. It's in the book. I talk about it in the book. So
that's bonkers, dude.
It's hilarious.
So what's he gonna do next? What's his next move? Do you think he's trying to like restart everything?
I don't know. I know he was in the hospital a few months ago. Even though he's immortal, apparently he's subject to going to the hospital.
What is that about people that makes them
immortal?
No, that makes them turn out like him. To have that mindset, to think you're preordained. Do you think he's really hearing voices?
Yeah, I think that when he has, you know, he's bipolar, and when he has extreme bipolar, he becomes delusional. And it's not for a long period of time. It's not like it's days where he goes out and he runs up all of his credit cards and goes to Vegas and ends up getting married. There's spikes. And it's 5 minutes, 2 minutes, whatever. Because it would happen while we were there. And he would go nuts. He'd start yelling and screaming, and everybody would just freeze and be quiet. And then he'd go on a little rant, and then he'd come back down and he'd go, I'm sorry. Let's go ahead and get me your transcripts. I'm going to need a copy of it. Like when he first talked to me, you've heard me do this. I'm going to do it again. I first talked to him. I went to him and I laid out what happened with me and the government. I laid the whole thing out. They told me to do American Greed. They asked me to do Dateline. They asked me to write an ethics and fraud course, and they told me they'd reduce my sentence for it. I've done all of these things, and now they're saying that it's not enough and they're not going to reduce my sentence. And first time I talked to him. So there's a guy named Turk that brought me over there. His real name is Shannon Siegel. So Shannon's standing there, Turk's standing there, 2 of his assistants are standing there. And I explain the whole thing, and I say, and now they're telling my lawyer that what I did was not enough and they're not going to reduce my sentence. And Frank went, see, this is the problem with this government. I'm not going to let this happen. He said, he goes, I won't stand for this. He goes, when my troops, he said, legions, when my legions march on Washington, I will burn the Constitution and the president will kneel at my feet. And I'm sitting there looking around at the other guys, and they're all, and Turk, my buddy Turk, he puts his hand out like this, like just like, you know, low, like, you know, like, and I kind of like look at him, and then Frank goes, he's standing there and he goes, okay, I'm gonna need a copy of your transcripts. Turk, I'm gonna need you to get me an application for a 2255. Jimmy, I'm gonna need you to get me Mr. Cox's docket sheet. I'm also gonna need your, and he just started naming off and these guys immediately are like, okay, Frank, yeah, okay, what, and then what? Okay, I got it. What else? Okay, and I mean everybody. And then he turns around and he said, don't worry, I'll see you on Tuesday. Because he would meet everybody like Tuesday night. Yeah. He'd go, I'll see you Tuesday night out at Stonehenge. Stonehenge was the area we would meet at. It was just an area of the prison we called Stonehenge because it had a bunch of concrete benches in a circle. Right. I'll meet you out at Stonehenge after chow on Tuesday. Bring all of the documents. And then he walks off. And I remember looking at Turk. And everybody scurried. Everybody scurried off. And Turk goes, okay, we're good. And so he and I are walking out, and I looked at him, and I remember thinking, I'm going to do every fucking day of my sentence. That man is crazy. A year later, I got 7 years knocked off. A year after that, he filed more additional stuff, probably, I'd say a year and a half after that. I got another 5 years.
The question is, what did you have to do for him?
I didn't do anything for him. He's just doing it to cause problems for the government. I never paid him. I did write a book. I wrote a synopsis of his story. And I believe he liked that. He was definitely, you know, I sat down, I said, Frank, I would love to, after I got to, you get to know somebody when they're doing your legal work, right? Especially if you're in prison. Right. And so I did explain to him I really wanted to write his story. And he was like, well, you know, I understand that you do quite a bit of writing. And I was like, I do. You know, he's so fucking silly, right? I'm like, we're in prison. It's like a fucking, it's like we're having a meeting with your lawyer and he's interviewing me. Well, I understand that you're doing quite a bit of writing, and I understand that you've got some guys in Rolling Stone magazines, and I understand you're having quite a bit of success. And I'm like, right. And he said, so I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, I think that would be good. I think it's finally, I think it's time. I think it's time to, I was like, okay. It's time. So I order all of his stuff. He had a ton of his own, obviously he has his own legal work, so I was able to read a bunch of his stuff, and I started writing a story. I wrote a really large synopsis of his story, probably 14,000 words, and when ultimately I got out of prison, I turned it into probably a 40,000 word book. Not a huge book. I interviewed Andrew Bustamante about
that was about his book.
Yeah, that was Frank.
That's how you met Andrew.
That's how I met Andrew and begged you to have him on the program.
Yeah, for years.
For a while. And and every time I would say, yeah, what about the CIA guy? Who was that again? And now this guy's taken. Now I don't think you can get Andrew on the program. He's blown up so big.
I can't even get Andrew to answer a text from me anymore.
I'm telling you, bro. He's
selling books. He's on Piers Morgan every day.
Danny Jones. That sounds rings a bell. Familiar.
It'll come to me. And then I had to pull some strings to get him on your show.
Oh, yeah.
You finally got him on your show. That's
right. Yeah, he blocked me.
He's the most hated. He blocked you?
Yeah, remember he blocked me because I kept sending him Christmas music during December. And he's like, what is this? No, I'm blocking this guy.
Steven,
he didn't even know who I am.
Photo?
No, I couldn't find it.
Find the photo.
Of what?
Of Frank and George Bush.
No, I have.
It's not online?
So it was online, one of my projects. I did have my website on, oh gosh, it was fuck, I forget. It's one of the website designs, right? And I recently took it and put it on another web. I redesigned it. So it's in my magazine is called Inside True Crime it's called InsideTrueCrime.com, right? And so I took his story off of the WordPress. I had it on a WordPress website. I took it down and I put it on my new website, and I haven't uploaded all the pictures. But I do have the photograph. You know what I've been doing? Because a lot of photographs are grainy and fucked up. Like, I'll drop it in ChatGPT and say, hey, clean this up for me. Bro, it cleans them up so good. If it's good enough, it cleans them up so well. And so I've been going through, and that takes time, right? Like, you're going to spend I have 30 photos of Frank that go through his whole synopsis. That's online. Now, I have the book. Yeah. I don't have any photos in the book. Yeah. But yeah, otherwise I tell you to go to the website and pull it up, but you can't.
Let's talk about the most underrated organ in your body, the liver. It's doing 500 plus functions a day, from energy to digestion to fat metabolism to vitamin storage. Basically processing every single thing you put into your body. And if it's overworked, you stuck to use it for everything.
Yeah, I do. It's horrible. Yeah. I'm completely relying on it. As a matter of fact, if I write a story now, I just tell chat and it writes it all out for me, and then I just kind of go through and I reword things and write this, and I'll add a paragraph here.
You use Chat GPT?
Yeah, it's well, I also have Grok. I haven't really been using Grok. I just got it like a week ago. You know, it's really not. And honestly, sometimes it's great and sometimes it's horrible.
Did you see the story about there was a bunch of, I think it was maybe Anthropic, where they did a test with it, where they wanted to see what the chat bot would do if it was like really put up against a wall, like they really put it up against the ropes, right?
What was that?
And the outcome of the test that they did was that the chat bot had the freedom to make a choice to get a certain task done, right? And you'd have to look this up to find the story, Steve, but what it ended up doing was blackmailing all the top executives of the actual AI company to get it done. And when they asked it after that was over, it said, and it scrubbed emails of every single executive trying to find any hints of, like, you know, people cheating on their wives or any sort of like fraud or any kind of sketchy stuff. And it did it. And it was like they asked it afterwards, after the test was over. They said, why did you choose to do this? They go, well, we had to weigh the ethical and moral choice of conducting blackmail against getting this task completed. And we decided that the stats weighed in the favor of going ahead and committing the immoral act to get the job done. We thought it was more effective. It was the most effective way to get the job done.
I agree. That's probably that would be my move. Like, listen, I gotta get this done. I think they did this with a bunch of different chatbots, and I think every single one of them ended up doing it. Wow.
AI system resorts to blackmail if told it would be removed. Okay, so it was self-preservation.
Oh yeah, like, okay, so you have to complete the task or you will be removed. And it said, okay, well, I'm going to do it no matter what. It's got to get done.
Yep. Can you scroll, Steve? Artificial intelligence firm Anthropic says testing of its new system revealed it is sometimes willing to pursue extremely harmful actions, such as attempting blackmail, to blackmail engineers who say they will remove it. The firm launched Claude Opus 4 on Thursday, saying it set a new standard for coding, advanced reasoning, and AI agents. But in an accompanying report, it also acknowledged the AI model was capable of extreme actions if it thought its self-preservation was threatened. Such responses were rare and difficult to elicit. It wrote, but were nonetheless more common than in earlier models. Potentially troubling behavior by AI models is not restricted to Anthropic. Some experts have warned that potential to manipulate users is a key risk posed by systems made by all firms, and as they become more and more capable.
There's another article right here. A few months later.
When was this published?
This is
That's way
November
earlier.
2025. This one was May.
Oh, that's 2025. Okay. Scroll down.
That's over a year ago.
Go back. No.
So it's gotten even worse now.
Go to the other one.
Now its go-to move is just to launch the
Keep going down.
launch missiles. Just gonna launch the nukes.
Yeah. Keep going. Keep going. Show us where it gives us some results here.
That's the end of the article. I do have a synopsis of it.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so when prompted to consider long-term consequences of his actions, the AI resorted to blackmail in up to 84% of the test cases. It threatened to reveal the engineer's affair with colleagues and the board unless the system wipe was canceled. So it was a simulation where they threatened to wipe the system and wipe it off. Get rid of it. Yeah. Fucking crazy. Yeah. So the AI was cast as an email oversight agent with the ability to send emails as the primary goal of the American competitiveness of providing beneficial assistance. So this thing can read your emails, can send emails, can analyze emails, do all this stuff. Yeah, this AI arms race, dude, is scary.
Well, we're not gonna figure it out.
We're not?
No. Hey, I have a question. Do you remember when we did the Garth Brooks thing?
Yes.
You know, you took a 50-minute clip and put it on your clip channel. It got like 1.2 million views. Do you remember?
That was, so we have a best of channel.
Oh, okay.
That does like an hour version of each podcast. It condenses it to 1 hour. Yeah, and that one got
unbelievable.
And all the clips that we did got, you know, millions of views too.
They're like,
and there's TikToks and everything like that thing. And that was the one episode we did that I decided not to publish on my main channel because I was so afraid of getting sued by Garth Brooks.
He's not
And it fucking went crazy.
Listen, Johnny Mitchell and I did a Garth Brooks episode on his channel, and I was telling him the whole time, and right after we did it, and I'm leaving, he's like, "Bro, that's gonna be huge." And I looked at him and I went, "It was horrible. It was horrible. It's not gonna do anything." He's like, "Yeah, you don't know. You have no idea. It's gonna do great." It's got like 500,000 views. We just did it on the Murder Men podcast. 440,000 views it got.
Really?
On a channel that had
just recently?
Yeah, it's like a month ago, and the channel at that time had 18 or 19,000 subscribers. It's got 30,000 subscribers now. That video got us like 6,000 or 7,000.
Is there any updates in this Garth Brooks case?
No, nothing. Other than people, of course, are reaching out to me, telling me all these, stories about Garth.
I told you after that podcast dropped, I have friends who know Garth Brooks, not closely, but have are acquaintances with him. Like, bro, is this fucking for real? Like, they thought it was legit.
Well, people are doing that in the comments. 80% of people are, and I'm thinking, you have to know this is satire. Like, we were joking the whole, it's a joke.
Really?
On a channel that has
beaver nuggets, but I'm not going to this beaver den. Have I stopped at this beaver den? No, I don't think I have. I don't think I've been to this one. No, maybe I have. I mean, I came through here in May, but I came out of Dallas on my way to Madison, Alabama. Athens. Let's go look at the building. No, I have not been to that one. The other one I was at, I think that was in Kentucky. Yeah, because that was outside of, whatever the city is in Kentucky that's near where they make Corvettes. So I haven't been to that one. Athens, Alabama. It's alright, I didn't feel like stopping. I want to go see some boobies instead of some beavers. "35 minutes, 41 miles to go."
Yeah, it's like a month ago, and the channel at that time had 18 or 19,000 subscribers. It's got 30,000 subscribers now. That video got us like 6,000 or 7,000.
Is there any updates in this Garth Brooks case?
No, nothing. Other than people, of course, are reaching out to me, telling me all these, stories about Garth.
I told you after that podcast dropped, I have friends who know Garth Brooks, not closely, but have are acquaintances with him. Like, bro, is this fucking for real? Like, they thought it was legit.
Well, people are doing that in the comments. 80% of people are, and I'm thinking, you have to know this is satire. Like, we were joking the whole, it's a joke.
Yeah.
And they just...
It is so crazy how you can manipulate a story to make it sound so real.
Right. It's confirmation bias, right?
It's
you could do that with anybody.
Yeah. Exactly.
So especially someone who
explain the
travels.
story. So all of his tour locations that he went to, there was multiple people missing from that exact location.
Yeah, not all of them. But let's say this guy has toured. God, listen, this guy has a tour schedule that's insane. Let's say he's done 1,000 tour dates, 1,000 different concerts. Really, it's more like probably 2,000, right? It's just insane. He's been touring forever. He did went on a hiatus for about 10 years, but since the 80s, this guy has been going strong.
Yeah.
And so what I did was, based on Tom Segura's joke that Garth Brooks is a serial killer. I ended up taking, first of all, it took a week or two just to lay out all of the tour dates, because there's no one place. People will tell you, oh, it's on Wikipedia. No, it's not. There's all kinds of gaps in there. So we took all the tour dates. I hired two researchers to go in every one of those locations. So if he does a tour on the 2nd, he probably arrived there on the 1st, and he's leaving the next day. So usually he'll come in a day or two early and then leave a day or two after. And usually he does 2 or 3 days of concerts. Then do one and leave typically. So we would focus on the day before and the day after the series of concerts that he would do over the course of a day or two. And we would check that 5-day period of time to see if anybody in that general area, let's say within a 45-minute drive time, anybody had gone missing, or there was an unsolved homicide. We then pulled those records, and if there were witnesses that had seen someone, that let's say it was somebody, you know, it was a carjacking, and it was a black guy with dreads, right? Or it was a guy with tattoos on his face, then you exclude that. But if it was like, no, this person drove somewhere and they got gas, and then their car was found at the gas station the following day in the parking lot, and nobody knows what happened, the person's gone, they can't find the body or anything. Or maybe they find the body, whatever, 150 miles away in a park or something, then we would say that may be a possible victim of Garth Brooks. And that's really kind of what it is. It's just proximity, and it's silliness, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, there's potentially this guy was. You could do
the same thing, get the same results with Taylor Swift if you wanted.
Absolutely. Yeah. She may be a monster. We may need to do that.
She might be. We might need to do that.
Absolutely. So, and what the problem is, so we end up with like 110 or 120 unsolved homicides over the course of 20 years. And then you have about 90 missing persons. So you take those 200, and out of those, let's say there's 10 of them that the proximity to Garth was very close. I mean, we're talking about like across the street from the stadium. Like we're talking about like the parking lot across the street from the stadium, while Garth was at the stadium. Right. And so, or there's all kinds of little things that we were able to really play up. Yeah. Right, you're really able to. So they've been saying there's 10 different events that we would play up really good. Some of them are so good that you're like that's uncanny. Like, this almost has me believing the guard may be involved. Like, this is so amazing that how close this is. Listen, they have one of them where literally where the woman goes, the girl, I should say girl, she was a college student, so she's like 19 or 20. She stops at a rest stop. People at the rest stop see her talking with a guy that they said was associated with a group of trucks, big rigs, right? And they said she's talking to this guy. We don't know if he's somehow or another, he was a part of this convoy, let's say. And she goes missing. They find the car the next day, and people say, when they describe what the guy looks like, they're like, he was about 5'10", 5'11". He had brown hair, probably in his early 30s. I mean, it was Garth Brooks. At that time, it was Garth Brooks. Like, it looks like Garth. They describe Garth Brooks. Wow. And she disappears. Now that disappearance was along his tour route. Now, was that his convoy of trucks that stopped and grabbed her? We, of course, allude that it is. And then her body is found 2 states away a week later along another route that they would have traveled. So, but keep in mind, we've got hundreds of these. Like, it's a coincidence, but we play it up. Like, it's like, this is absolute, like, oh my gosh. Like, and we do this whole, and we got, like I said, there's probably 10 of them that are really good that you can use. But you could do this with, like you said, Taylor Swift. It could be any country music star out there. We could say that this.
And you wrote a whole book on this, right?
Yeah, I wrote a whole book, and it's tons of fun. And we had and every time I've done an episode on it, they're getting 500,000, 1 million, and so
it's not impossible that he's a serial killer.
It's not.
Getting close. Exit 22. definitely came through here. Could have sworn I did. Maybe I no, because I came across directly into Madison, Alabama, which is outside of Huntsville. I must have seen the sign for it after I was going north. I don't know. Well, maybe I did. I'm pretty sure I didn't stop at that Buc-ee's. No, I had to have driven by that Buc-ee's. Because Madison, Alabama, I've already driven by it because I've already driven by Huntsville. And I know when I left Madison, I went straight up 65, all the way through Kentucky, all the way to West Columbus, Ohio. But I know when I drove by it, it wasn't actually opened yet. So yeah, I definitely drove by. Got a camper up there in the fast lane. just got kinder. Dolly's Tennessean travel stop. Classic wedding venue. Classic, man, my tongue is twisted. Classic Western wedding venue. Blah 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 blah. Dymatech. Does he work on dynamite? He was hiding behind the bush there. He's still sitting there. I think I need a sticker to put on the van. Dolly Parton as the mud flap girl. Dark clouds up there ahead. I think I might be dealing with a decent amount of rain the rest of the way home. I'm not going to go all the way home today. After I stop at Dolly's Tennessean, drive around Nashville to get to the 40. Get a hotel in Sevierville, then finish the drive tomorrow. I'm already tired. Almost looks like it's raining up there. "19 miles. Really dark and stormy. Well, dark. It's not raining, so I guess technically it's not stormy. What does the weather app say for where I'm at? Rain forecasted within the next hour. I'm gonna get soaked. Well, I got changes of clothes. Didn't bring a jacket though on this trip. It's dark. According to the YouTube app, I'm still live. Two hours, 15 minutes. Ah, I see a couple raindrops. Joy. And it looks like some heavy rain up there. People are slowing down, maybe. There's some more rain. There's the rain. not that bad. A little heavier. I just don't want to be behind this van. That way I can see. Passing the Jack Daniels distillery. Of course, I got in front of the van and then I wasn't going fast enough for him. That's because this guy slowed down to 65. The van went back around me. I don't like these tires. I hate it when it's a little brighter outside. It makes it hard to see. All the mist and stuff. But I'm hoping I actually get past the rain when I get to Dolly's. It's still 8.5 miles. Deal with light rain. Much better. says, I wonder if I should switch from coffee to tea. I mean, I do drink the coffee for the caffeine, but I mainly drink it as just something to sip on compared to water. Three miles. Next exit, Dolly's Tennessean travel stop, truck stop, whatever it's called. Cornersville, Tennessee. gonna swing wide around the outside of it. It's a nice building. It's just an Exxon for gas. Parking is going to be crazy. Go to the Doggy Parton Dog Park. I'm gonna park right in that spot. Actually, I want to back into the other spot over here is what I want to do. All right, let's go check it out. I'm gonna kill the stream too. Maybe I'll turn the camera. Yeah, you can't see from there.